Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be making some coconut curry crab and dumplings. I have my crab started out here first. I just want to emphasize to you guys that before you start cooking your crab, what you need to do is take a toothbrush and basically brush these black marks out. It should really look like this. I've done it already with these crabs, and you see how nice and clean they look? See how nice and clean that is? Bought one bag of rock crab. I think this comes out to about 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds. It's really not that much crab. I want to go over all of my seasonings here. I have a generous spoon of green seasoning. Tap on the description box. I have a link to this recipe. Over here, I have got 1 scallion. This is 2 garlic cloves and about 2 tablespoons of Indian curry, 2 tablespoons of Jamaican curry. I chopped up just a teeny bit of parsley, only because it's gonna go bad and I just wanted to use it, but that is totally optional because that's not something that's traditionally used in this dish. I also have half an onion just chopped up and finely, and I have a small amount of all-purpose seasoning, onion powder, and garlic powder. It's about a teaspoon of each. And last but not least, I have half a cup of coconut milk. So let's get started on. Okay, so now that we've listed all of our ingredients, the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is take the tips off of the crab legs. This is all you have to do. Take them all off. I got a little paper towel here set to the side, and that's what I'm going to do. Before we get started seasoning, I just want to show you guys the kind of curry powder that I'm using. I am using hot Jamaican curry powder, and I'm also using Chief's curry powder. So what we're going to do is put our seasoning onto the crab first. Some people just use salt and black pepper, which is okay. I'm just going with a little bit more flavor. So I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit, not too much, like half of it. See how we still got some left over? We really don't want to use too much seasonings, because when you use too much seasonings, it kind of dulls your curry flavor and it takes away from the essence of the dish. So I got my green seasoning here that I'm just gonna put on top. And what I'm gonna start doing now is just sprinkling some curry powder on top. We're not going to put too much, just about a tablespoon. And then here is our Chief's. Just shaking it. I'm trying to be very careful because I don't want to overdo it. Okay, so now we're going to mix it. And I'm using a glove because the curry stains fingers and I don't want to mess up my manicure. So all we're doing now is just massaging everything in. So here is our seasoned crab. Look at that, it looks delicious. All right, so now we're gonna go and start cooking our curry. So I have my pot here. I warmed it up for a few minutes, and now I'm gonna add some oil. Some vegetable oil is fine. So that's our onions, our garlic, and a little teeny bit of parsley. We're gonna saute this. Now I'm just toasting our curry to really bring out that flavor. Nice and crumbly. We're going to add our coconut milk. I'm gonna add a little water. That's half a cup of water, only because I like my curry sauce to be very plentiful. The seasonings in, and we're going to cover this and let it simmer for a few minutes. I'm gonna allow this to cook. And then we'll put our crab, because our crab doesn't really take long to cook and you don't want to overcook the crab. So let's cover this, allow it to cook, and in the meantime we'll make our dumpling. So I have about a cup and a half of flour. All you really need to do is use flour, salt, and water just to knead your dough. But this time I'm going to be flattening out the dough after I knead it so that we have them in triangles. It's not mandatory that you do it that way, but I'm just going to be doing it that way. So I'm just putting a little salt, not too much, and then I have my water over here. And we're just going to start kneading the dough. So what we're going to do now is just flour our board, and then I'm going to get my rolling pin and we're going to roll this out. So we rolled it out, and what I'm going to do now is take my knife and I'm going to cut them into triangles. Okay, so here we have all of our dumpling that we cut into triangles. I have a pot of boiling water here. I am just going to put them in the water and boil them for about 15 minutes. Okay, so now let's get back to our pot. So there's our curry, nicely cooked. So what we're going to do is add our crab now. Add some pepper. That's optional. I like my food very spicy, so I'm going to add that on in here. There's a little bit of the juice left over from our seasoning. You can go ahead and pour that on. Now what I'm going to do is just get a spoon and just put some of the gravy all on top of the crab. I'm going to turn my fire up to number 4, and that's a medium-high heat, and get this really bubbling. I'm going to cover it so that the steam cooks the crab as well. All right, so there you go. Finished. And our dumplings have risen to the top and are floating, so they are definitely ready. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Just want to get real deep, a close up of all this goodness. Look at this. See how nicely seasoned it is? The house smells amazing. I got my peppers there. Guys, you could also put the dumpling inside the pot with the crab just like this and serve, and it'll still be good. This is also another option. And there you go.